Hey everybody, this is Fran Fraschella, draft expert and basketball junkie. To everybody who's watching, let's get our friends at General Manager Games the subscribers they deserve. Just press that red subscriber button and immerse yourself in sports AI through GM Games content. And on Twitter, it's GM_games. Let's get after it. Let's go.
All right, getting set up here for the recruiting bonanza. This is the CBGM. Just going to put out broadcasts now to the community, to the league, to let everyone know that we are going live season 2028. Okay, let's see who shows up. This is always probably one of the busiest streams for the CBGM. And we'll see how many people we get on board for tonight. Let's take a look-see here. We got, gonna send something out on Twitter as well. It's our next move. Okay. That's done. Let's send something to the Wolverine Studios Discord, see if anybody wants to pop on, learn a bit more about the league itself. And I'll send one more to the Slack channel of Wolverine Studios. See who from the league wants to come on the chat, chill out. Big Ev's here, what's going on? He's got a few teams going, just cut some of your players there, kept me going a little bit there. Yeah, so we want to get started pretty soon. One of the things, I'll get into my spiel soon, but I just gonna wait for a few more people to come on to the chat, come on to the stream. I'll have another sip of coffee. All right, so that looks like it's official to say that we are live. Our bot's letting us know. I'm just going to wait for a couple more people, and then we'll start from 125 down. I know that there's not much to miss from the 125 slot, but we'll go from there. So let's get started. CBGM is College Basketball General Manager. It's on General Manager Games. GM Games is a network. It's our flagship league, and this is the busiest time of year. This is the recruiting first day signees. To go with that, it runs on Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2022, and it's the featured league of Wolverine Studios. What's going on, Chuck? Good to see you. Kev's here. That's good. We got some of the regs coming into the chat. Okay, so one of the things we do as well, big for the league, is transparency. So, we want to make sure that everyone sees that it's fair. It's a legit league. So one thing we're going to do here is we're going to take off this graphic I put on, and we're going to put on show the game here. We're on September the 11th. So everything after this advance churns the results themselves. So everyone can see that nothing's been predetermined. Everything's going to go the way it does. So what we're going to do now from this point is we're going to click on the advance and get this portion out of the way and rock and roll. Hi, Bill. How's it going, AK? What's going on, guys? Good to see you all here in the chat. I'll write a message here to say what's up. Okay, this is a big night, so let's LFG, right? So, okay, let's advance September the 11th. Everyone's seeing what they see here, and off we go. This is going to determine a lot of information here. Then what I end up doing is I go into one of our users that have pretty good reporting on some of the top 10s to give some insight. What's up, Jedi? What's going on? Welcome to the chat. Good to see everyone here for this one. And finally, internet's working well, streaming's working well, so I'm happy about that. And there we go. So we got a graphic saying processing the recruiting. Okay, it is done. So things have just popped off here. So what's going to happen now from this point is we saved the game to make sure we don't lose anything here if it crashes or whatnot. So let's do that first. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go into the recruiting screen, start from 125 down. I'm going to move a little quicker between 125 to 120, get us into the top 100, and get right down into that top 50 where, you know, you start seeing 4 stars. You start seeing the 5 stars from the top 25. So that's really that matters the most. So just going to make sure we lock in the results here. And some of the biggest recruits this year, we'll talk a little bit about that. Coop Brown is the big scorer in the league. Hi, what's up, Agelia? Good to see you, man. Coop Brown's the big scorer in high school coming up. In the MVP, I believe, is a Terrence Williams. So that's the player that kind of is standing out in all the pro style camps, the best tourneys, All-American, McDonald's All-American kind of stuff. So that is probably the treasure of the signing period. I have no insight, even as the commish, have not been following right now who is in the top 3, top 5 of most of these recruits. I'm aiming much lower with the teams I have. So yeah, I mean, very curious what will happen, who's going to be the new crop. AI could be active here quite a bit to see who they go after. Michigan State and North Carolina, these are teams that are AI driven right now, and so they'll play a huge factor in how this goes. Saving league, sorry guys, this does take a bit because I don't know if you ever experience when I update per every evening, I do a few saves. This thing takes half an hour to advance, so hang in there. If anyone wants to chat a bit more about who they think is going to get who they saw kind of getting in there, it looks like they're going to steal some recruits this season. I think the transfer portal has really kind of changed things where Louisville added to their team, and we're starting to see some other teams lock up players as well. Michigan State, though, has finally depleted their roster. Okay, we're good here. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to cover up the screen so there's no teasers from when we begin. Tourney, put that logo back there. I'm going to switch the coach. Then we're going to go into recruiting. I'm just going to go into that now, make sure I have no spoilers. At least this year, I really don't need to worry about it too badly for team colors. And then what I do is I click the first name on the list. And from that point, I then go to the, okay. All right, 125 down. Okay, so here we go, without any spoilers. Jackson, what's going on? CJ, I think that's, I don't know what you prefer to be called, but exactly. At the West Coast, we're seeing D'Antonio Johnson go somewhere early to Arizona. Okay, so Earl Baker right here. We're at 125. Everyone's seeing what's happening. We're going to run through this. We go backwards for 125 down. So 125, unsigned. 124, Jason Betts, unsigned right now. Pitts on him. G-Wash on him. Brad Carey, unsigned. Alabama, Memphis, in on this player. Still moving on. These are 4 stars from all the different regions. We're going to see what's going on as well. Brendan Drayton, 4 stars, unsigned. Georgia Tech is his favorite. It's a JUCO. AJ Shell, another JUCO, 15.9 point per game player, unsigned. AI teams getting hot in the mix. Let's keep moving down. Okay, we're at, I'm losing my orientation here. Okay, so we are at 120, sorry. And at the moment, nothing here for Mark Rensher. Some of the names you guys are going to know, some of the names you may not, depending if you follow the league or not. But James McCray, JUCO, unsigned on day one. Matt Allen, unsigned on day one. So we're moving down here. Mike Smith, Purdue. So we have our first signing, the Spider from Purdue gets Mike Smith. Looks like a lot of great ratings here so far. So there's a verbal right now. 117 going to Purdue, Mike Smith. Peter Voshko, unsigned right now, 116. 115, Craig Sargent, unsigned. And a lot of teams here on the mix. Looks like he likes a lot of players. Low GPA. That's a bit of a danger. All right, 114 now. Michael Fox, unsigned. 113, Justin Dubs, unsigned. Kenny Lake, 112, unsigned. Jason Thompson, 111, unsigned. Ray Brown, unsigned. 109, Travis Beeson, unsigned. Peter Smith, 108, unsigned. We're almost getting to that 100 now. Andre Williams, 107, unsigned. Ronald Hayden, 106, unsigned. Daniel Freeman. So Jackson comes on, first time chat from a very important person at Wolverine Studios. The community manager here has got his first signing in our league. Good to have him participating in the CBGM. Daniel Freeman is going out west, staying west from Washington. He's signing small forward at 105. All right, Eric Van Lier is unsigned, 104, so we're moving along still. Rowan Spatula, unsigned, 103. We're getting towards the top 100. Mark Green, 102, unsigned. Tim Demambi, unsigned at 101. UAB, Dave Galingo's hot on this player. Let's see what else we got here. Matthew Armstrong. So Dayton has a signee, and I can't remember who runs Dayton right now. I might have switched over to someone did just switch to that team. I don't know if it's Pajava or one of these guys, but Matthew Armstrong signs number 100 to Dayton. Chris Werner, this is a JUCO. Some teams are in on this guy, quite a few unsigned still. All right, 98, Kirk Hald, unsigned. Going to keep moving through here. There we go, Perry Ewing. So Cincinnati, we have a AJ Gipp, I believe, getting Perry Ewing. A 97 recruit overall going to Cincinnati, staying in Ohio. All right, moving on here. Ben Myers, I believe this is AI. Wisconsin is not run by anyone, so JUCO is going to the Big Ten. And Ben Myers, Coffee's here. Welcome, Coffee. Welcome to the chat. Josh Green, right now unsigned with Clemson. Let's move into the top 90. Lawrence Swanson, 94, unsigned. Vince Ireland, right now, unsigned, shooting guard. Andy Fournier, unsigned. Khalid Agbai, unsigned right now. Belmont's hot on this player, point guard. And we're going to keep plowing through here. Bart Bell, top 5, I believe, at Las Vegas, the review. Bart Bell goes to St. Mary's as a center, preferred center out west, from Wyoming, ends up going to Chuck, I believe. Chuck's second team after OK State. So St. Mary's locks up Bart Bell. Next up, Jared Hearns, unsigned, 89. Selwyn Robinson, unsigned, 88. Bobby Mills, unsigned, 87. John Hancock, unsigned, 86. 85, bang. Blink lands. Greg Penders, shooting guard from Mississippi. Beats Clemson. I think that's AI. But Greg Penders, top 10 here, says at Memphis, going to the Yellow Jackets. Harold Wegrius, Sweden, unsigned, 84. Jeff Bedford, shooting guard, unsigned, 83. Anthony Beck, 82, unsigned. Edgar Kopke, unsigned right now from Germany. 80, Ben King, unsigned. So we're moving into the top 80 now. Casey Smith, unsigned right now. Seton Hall looks to be in the mix here. We have Andre Jackson, center, unsigned from Texas. 77, Derek Ware, unsigned. Bevon Dawson, unsigned, pitting on the mix. 76, we're in the top 75 now. Ed Edwards is going to Memphis. So this is a guy that was kind of, top 25, I believe, at the Memphis camp. Not going to some of these small fish. Didn't go to South Alabama, that's for sure. But Ed Edwards is going to Memphis, a big school. All right. John Lane, 17.9. For the ads, basically it's a 15-minute, 3-minute ad break, and then there's nothing for every hour. So, yeah, sorry guys. That has to do with the Out of the Park Baseball 23 Perfect Team advertisements. So that's why you don't get anything at the start. All right, John Lane is going to Stanford. Stanford has just locked up a big name in the West Regional Camp. So John Lane was a performer. I don't know what the GPA is here. We'll see how Stanford does with that. But John Lane's going to Cherry times 3. And that's Stanford. Okay, we're told Braun. It's someone from Germany at 73. Wrapped up. Oh, yeah, the dialogue on St. Mary's. I was talking about your success story, Chuck. So you can always watch the video after. I don't think anyone really will, but we'll see. Gary Watson, LSU. That is a guy that is gone now. I forget who the owner is, actually. It's probably AK or someone, but LSU, Gary Watson, 72. All right, 71, James Murphy, unsigned. Yeah, that's right, AK, you got it. Big Ev, everyone in the West, the Southeast is watching those guys. Shannon Billups, 70, unsigned. We're moving through now. Tommy Collins, Georgia Tech is the first one in the mix here. But Tommy Collins, a point guard, he's still available right now. Bang, Davidson, Daeg. John Murdoch is going to Daeg. And that's a nice pickup, beating up North Carolina, West Virginia, and Pitt. Let's go to 67 now. Helmut Damaskis, the point guard from Germany, is going to Colorado. So it is interesting to try these international players because you're kind of rolling the dice. You're kind of seeing if they're going to turn out to be an All-American, how they'll turn out. They could be really crap. They've been terrible at times, but we'll see. Jermaine Mendez, shooting guard. LSU still in the mix, unsigned right now. We're at 65. Troy Jamison, still unsigned at 65. Ty Pinkney, still unsigned at the moment. Has no one they like beyond 7. It's not a good sign for GPA. Next up, Salvatore Baracello from Italy, going to Temple, the center, 6'9", 275. Got a lot of weight on him. And we'll be going to Temple at 63. 62, Clinton Adams, unsigned. Adam Grigsby, 61, unsigned at the moment. And we're in the top 60 now. Matt Young, unsigned, in the mix, Maryland, Pittsburgh. 59, Travis Sullivan, unsigned right now. We're getting towards the top 50. Matt McClendon, 58, unsigned at the moment. Tim Gordon, we have another signing here by, I believe it's AK or AJ Gipp. Sorry, Tim Gordon, Cincinnati. I get AJ Gipp and AK mixed up at times, so apologies on that. All right. Next up, Josh Collum going to West Virginia. So that is JS Landau. I can't pronounce some of these aliases people make in the league, but I have a decent memory on who's who. But JS is getting Josh Collum, 56. Next up, Mickey Walters, unsigned. What else we got? Roberto McCarthy, LSU and on the mix, unsigned. Oh my God, these international names, I'm doing my best. Andy Love at Purdue. Spiders getting it done on that. What else we got here? We got Aaron Hart. So Blink has struck again. Blink seems to, kind of pick his spots here. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of, there is heavy competition. That looks like Mississippi State and AK would definitely want to be in the mix on that. But this is Aaron Hart going from Florida to Georgia Technical Institute of Technology. All right, next up, 51, Tom Williams. One more stop here right after we got Heath Samuel going to UNLV. So Josh, LSU Tiger Josh, has landed Heath Samuel at the small forward position. We're in the top 50 now. Merrick Crooks is a Yukon Husky going to Kev BK. Merrick Crooks from New York, 4-star prospect, beats out Diag at Syracuse, beats out an AI at Iowa State, but also beat out Butler, which is Coffee. So Merrick Crooks. Charles Wilfork, center, is going to Ohio State. So machine earned runs ends up adding Charles Wilfork at the 48 position as center, going to the Big Ten. Antonio Clay unsigned right now. What else are we looking at here? Mike Rose is going to Arkansas. So Arkansas's Warlord. We got Mike Rose signing over there, going to the Razorbacks. Mike Rose, 46, lands with Warlord. Nene Moreira, so the mystery Brazilian center, the 7'3" giant, 288 pounds, is going to Oregon, where it seems like a lot of centers seem to prefer to go. Same with Kentucky. But Nene Moreira is going to be going to Oregon, Pac-12. Tyler Betts, 44, unsigned at the moment. James DeWiggins is going to BYU. So this is an AI team now since the departure of Desired. James DeWiggins. This may have been early, so maybe not that interesting. Billy Tucker, Florida State shooting guard, is going to, I don't remember who runs them now, but Florida State has a signing here, Billy Tucker. Ray Kincaid is still available. Looks like a lot of those big names and teams in that area are looking at Ray Kincaid. MVP at Memphis, which is probably the reason why Ray Kincaid is so highly coveted by many teams. Top 40 now. Ryan Hawkins unsigned. Kind of odd because there is a Ryan Hawkins that played at Creighton last year and is at the Raptors Summer League team. But Ryan Hawkins in this game is a JUCO. It's unsigned. All right, next. Jeff Sanders, unsigned, 39. Let's move on to the next one. Jeff Dooley, 38, unsigned. Ryan Griffith, unsigned as well. Will Tucker is going to Coffee. Kid Coffee Black. Will Tucker is signed, 36, 16 a game in high school. It's going to the Terps. Zach Leonard, 35, unsigned. All right, we're getting into the top 35 here. UCLA, just Josh in 22 has signed his first player ever. Justin Williams goes to UCLA. So success story there from Just Joshin. Jim Morris, point guard, he's still available, none signed right now. 33 as we move forward. Dwayne Beck, unsigned right now as we move forward. Corey Minor with I know he has a 1.9 GPA. He is unsigned. And if someone does try to sign him, that's going to be a scary proposition. 31, Corey Minor unsigned right now. Chevalier Reeves is signed with Oklahoma. So Oklahoma has added a center here. That's a nice pickup by Dave Sparkon. So there's a center going in the top 30, a 4-star. We are approaching 5 stars soon. Mark Story, shooting guard unsigned from California. He's still out there. No one knows who's on his list right now, but he's still there. Coop Williams, not to be confused with the other Coop Brown, but Duke has got a 4.0 GPA signing here. Interesting to see Illinois does no attempt at going for him, but the high GPA player is going to the high GPA team. Coop Williams, Duke. There's a landing there from that kid, KC. Buddies of Kujaba. All right. Let's see who's up in 27 here. Jamil Igar. Oh, beats out the Aztecs. I was interested in this guy, but St. Mary's Chuck has struck again. Jamil Igar, a preferable place to play now. St. Mary's out west from Anaheim is going to St. Mary's. So next up, we're almost in the top 25. Charles Michaels, unsigned. And we're going to enter the top 25 right here. So here we go. 5-star prospects starting right now. Mark Jackson is going to Michigan. So Dave Galindo lands in the top 25, lands a 5-star recruit, Big Ten from Illinois, Midwest, is going to Michigan now. Mark Jackson. What else we got next? We got Kareem Penn, unsigned. So here's a 5-star talent that is not going anywhere yet. 6'10", 264 out of, was that Idaho? Or that's not Indiana. Idaho, I guess. Lewiston, Indiana. Beats me. Okay, Kareem Penn, though, unsigned. Next up, 23, Lavelle Gladio. Look at these names getting better and better. So from California, unsigned right now. I'm sure there's some Pac-12 teams interested in this kind of guy. But Lavelle Gladio from Bakersfield is unsigned at the moment. Next up, Makel George. Yeah. Going to the Aztecs. Going with Barry Laster. I think that's the guy's name. But guard play. This guy, actually, I don't know too much about him, but I'm excited. I'll take this guy for sure. All right. After this, so the West has struck in a 5-star. Noel Humphrey, Duke. So don't say Duke is it's impossible for it to turn them around. That kid, KC, Noel Humphrey going to Duke, 3.8 GPA, good target again, very safe play there for the minimum SAT score. What else do we got now here? We got Leger Jean Mer. I put a little French twist on that for y'all. Leger Jean Mer is from France and he is unsigned. Tang Evans, unsigned right now. We have the Carolina duo going after him, but he's from Jersey, but unsigned at the moment. The 5-star Tang Evans is still out there. All right, we're into the top 20. Jack Richardson shoots down the Aztecs, selects the home of, what was the guy's name? DeVoe, that last talent. I'm already forgetting some of the people, but OK State has just re-upped its ammo, beating out AI, beating out San Diego State with 5-star center, Jack Richardson, 7'3", 307. Wow. If we didn't just talk about that Brazilian, just add another 20 pounds to this guy, we're looking at a Shaq Diesel-like player here. Big kid. Next up, 17, Kentucky. Dude, no one cares. I certainly don't care about Kentucky, but there's Kentucky fans out there, you know. Brandon Johnson, 5-star. He's signed 17. We're almost in the top 15 now. We got Duke again. Duke is in it to win it. Lonnie Giddens. If you keep signing 5-star players, it's going to work out for you. And Duke, that kid KC, is landing right now. 3.1 GPA. I don't think they're at risk. Another big dude, 7'1", 268. They're in it again. Illinois is not really in this, Jedi. You're not going for the same guys, I guess. All right, next up, we got Jared Jones, center, going to Maryland. And we're into the top 15. Maryland lands a 5-star here, so they're looking to re-up as well. Let's go into the top 15. I can't pronounce his name. Aaron Slade? Anyways, Aaron. Sounds like some Game of Thrones character. Louisville's still top of list, so we'll see how it works out with that one. James Richard, bang, going to Dame, going to the Fighting Irish. Agalia lands James Richard, center, talent, 20 rebounds almost a game. That is disgustingly good. Never seen that kind of high school numbers before. If that guy averaged 20 a game in high school, that's beyond. A+ rebounding. This guy's going to be a very, very interesting player. Next up, Alex Evans. All right, Kansas is going to get their players, but they get a small forward here, so small forwards can sometimes not be that effective, or they could be the last piece to winning a championship. But Alex Evans goes to Kansas, and we're almost into the top 10. Trey Sutton, another center. So we have back-to-back bigs. This guy looks like he can play power forward, but it's going to piss this guy off for sure if he moves from center to power forward. So it'll be interesting to see if he's a one and done. I guess you kind of, I don't know what you do here. We can talk a little bit about OK State in the chat after and talk about what they're going to do about this one. But this guy might be transferring out within one season if they move into the power forward slot. All right, top 10 here. D'Antonio Johnson, early signing. We already know about him. And we are going to prepare for the top 10 now. Top 10 coming up right now. I had my sip of coffee here. It's morning where I am. Next move, Rick Dench, the big center with a lot of talent, is going to UConn. And the Huskies, Kev BK lands a big to battle in the Big East. MVP at the Big Apple. Wow, look at that. There's a lot to love right there. So Rick Dench is going to UConn. And UConn, let me tell you something about Kev BK. He knows how to use his centers. With Wendell Carter before, was able to get his team deep into the tournament, knows exactly what to do with them. So Rick Dench going at number 9. Number 8, Damon Diwali. St. Mary's is now the West Coast preferred option for so many teams. So Damon Diwali is going from West Virginia to St. Mary's, beating out Xavier, VCU. A very, very good night for both St. Mary's and OK State for Chuck. Next up, Aaron Mannheimer. So I love to see how Doeg is still getting it done with his team. So Aaron Mannheimer picking the right spots here. Going to Cuse, keeping the ACC very interesting. Cuse seems to land at least one gem per season. So Aaron Mannheimer is going to Syracuse. We're into the top 6. Joe Miller. So Aggo is hitting here the center as well. So Tenney, the SEC, gets some representation. We're seeing a shift, though, if you've noticed. Mich State out of the mix. Creighton, obviously out. Louisville not in on anything. Florida is getting a little bit hampered from the recent success, is not landing the talent. It's getting spread around right now. Nova as well, where are they? Jay Bellamy goes to Butler. So Butler was known for getting the 2 best guys last year. They got a top 5 this time. And Bellamy goes to Coffee. So I don't know who wanted Bellamy as well. Maybe this was an Illinois dream. But Coffee got Jay Bellamy. And next up, Terrence Williams. Dame. Oh, what a good story going on here. So basically what's happening now is Notre Dame is more than relevant right now. So we're looking at this season, probably Louisville and Creighton going punch for punch. But next season, that Indy MVP is going to Dame and joining up with another talent there. So ACC just stocked up one more pick. Next up, we got Bonnie Brown, unsigned. Florida State, number 1 on his mix. Interesting pick there if he gets him. Texas, Baylor, trying. The Big 12 is trying to lure. Baylor is not in on a lot of players this season, but there's still 2 to go here. So we're into the top next 2, and we got Marcus Waddell, huge talent, still unsigned. So the big dogs are here in on him. Kansas and Kentucky. Going to be hard to convince him to go somewhere else. But between Kansas and Kentucky, it's definitely going to be a hard option here. 28 a game. Waddell is a great player. And last and not least, we got Coop Brown. Coop Brown is up next. Big time scorer in high school. Coop Brown's going to Maryland. The 30.4 a game player is going to Maryland. He's got a mustache at 17. This is a man. This is a man who can score. So Maryland is with Coop Brown. Maryland re-ups this year. Big Ten threat. We've seen a lot of great talent this season move around. So it's very interesting. Things are shifting. It's not the same as before. What a season of recruiting for the 2028 season. We got transfers or another important piece that kind of come up as well. But this is a big signing period. And Coop Brown. So I think everyone's going to try now to get back into the game, regroup, figure out what they're going to do next, and what's their plan B. Get in there and try to figure that stuff out. So I want to thank everyone for coming to the chat. Whoever made it in the league, whoever is just not in the league, be sure to check out this link. This link here is the league itself, and this is where the applications are. You can see what teams are available, but you need some experience. You need to be able to play this game for a bit. And happy to promote Wolverine Studios in this game, so as the featured league. So Coop Brown going to Maryland, a lot of great storylines. Notre Dame gets the Indy MVP, considered the best college potential player for pro as well. And that's a wrap. So thanks everyone for coming out and joining us for 2028. And it's good to be back and streaming as usual. So thanks everybody. I hope you all have a great night, and see you in the Discord chat. Good night.